him. So what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels. Because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
So certainly not the start they were looking for here as they come up on a 3rd and 14. Now Cousins setting up the screen for Cook. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a 3rd down stop by them.
Here comes Pettis on the return. A terrific return. .30 yards all in all. And out will come the offense as they take over.
At their own 34-yard line.
Here we go.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
1, Omaha. 21. I got this.
You got motion man. You got motion man right there.
Here's the first carry from Matt Breida. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
Anthony Barr got a real education at UCLA in playing not just his normal position of stand-up outside linebacker, but down defensive end. So he had to incorporate a variety of moves, take on bigger people. So he learned great leverage while he was there. That really helps him when he's trying to stop people running the ball.
Born in South Bend, Indiana. Thought about going back to go to Notre Dame, but you're right. Great career at UCLA and now a great career in the NFL. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
49ers, first down.
Here we go. 180. 12, fellas, here we go.
They run with Breida. Eric Kendricks in on the tackle.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Here we go. 180. 21.
You go tight. You got tight. You got tight. Right.
Greystone, travel.
26.
Hey, gun.
Go.
Breida, he'll try the right side. They find some open field here. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. It'll go as a first down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16.
Here we go. Black 80.
Tight dog.
Black. I got this.
This is Breida, and he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. No score after 1 on EA Sports.
Here we go. 180. 11.
Let's go. He's coming.
We got, hey, gun.
54's Mike. Check. Watch.
Lock.
Let's go.
Hey, wahoo.
Let's go. D, tighten up.
On 2nd and 11 now. Garoppolo. He'll let this go for the end zone. And it's complete. In the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. Emmanuel Sanders. 33 yards. As his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Robbie Gould on for the extra point. And the 49ers grab a 7-0 lead. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Well, this is a good window right here, partner, to wish happy holidays to everybody out there in Madden Land, and happy holidays to you and yours as well.
Same to you. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, however you celebrate the holiday season.
Yeah, by the way, speaking of, what is your favorite holiday song? Because I know in the elevator on the way up, we heard Feliz Navidad, and you went into the fetal position.
Yeah, unfortunately, I mean, I feel bad about that because, you know, it's a big hit and all, but it's not my favorite. Silver Bells, as done by Stevie Wonder.
Yeah.
My favorite.
That's classic. I'd have to go Burl Ives, Have a Holly Jolly Christmas. Always puts me in a jolly mood.
I love that because when we watch some of the Christmas specials, there's Burl Ives as the narrator.
An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd.
Check.
Hey, Steven. Hey, Alpha. Hey, flicker. First.
Working out of the gun. Cousins looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And it's a tremendous return as they finally get him at about the 10-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Hey, Echo. I got you. White.
Come. Forty's Mike.
Now a give coming right is Breida. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. To throw is Garoppolo. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Jimmy Garoppolo with his 2nd touchdown pass of this first half. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Gould able to tack on the extra point. And it's now 14-0. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Hey, Haywood! Don't let him breathe, defense! Yellow!
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando.
Here we go, D. Here I come. Here I come. Say it.
Good route here.
Check three.
Hey, Zoo!
On 2nd and 11 now. Cousins. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Cousins the thrower. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And into the end zone, a pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick 6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force it.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. That's complete. It's Kyle Juszczyk. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. 3 touchdown passes now for Jimmy Garoppolo. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the 2nd quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete. They were looking for Johnson that time, but it'll be second down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things.
Rose. Check. 300. Smooth.
On second down, Cousins again. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
That would have been a great catch, but it was real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
On third down, Cousins. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. He rifles one that's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Final 24 seconds of the first half as they come up here first and 10.
56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check, 56. All day, just like that. Just like that.
Wide. Kill. Hey, turn it up. Buzz. Gun. Hey, no, easy.
Mike 56. Mike 56.
Wait, son.
Following the interception, Cousins. And this one complete to Smith. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number one.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. Throwing again on second down. Cousins. And this is Cook with a grab. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. 49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for third down.
Two. Hey, Delta.
Showing it.
From the gun, here's Cousins. That'll be complete to Cook. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with fourth down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. On the return is Pettis. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
Here we go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action.
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in it, and let him fling another one.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a first and 10.
First and 10 at the 39.
21.
Now a give running left is Breida. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. It's Everson Griffin who made the tackle.
Brings up second and 10 at the 40-yard line.
On the handoff, this is Breida. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of 4. Now third down.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Here we go. Check.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. First down, San Francisco, the pickup, 14 yards.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Anthony Barr comes rumbling in for the sack.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
To try again after the sack. Garoppolo. And the pressure gets to him again. There for the sack, Everson Griffin.
Yeah, that's how we do, D.
Here we go.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Let's go, Heavy. Let's go, Heavy. Everyone, what you got? What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy? Give me some.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Garoppolo looks to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. Now they get a fourth quarter pick, a little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over.
Here we go. Bring the energy.
Cousins on first down. It's complete. Abdullah. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's second and 4. Cousins. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. And that play will go nowhere, losing yardage back near midfield at the 49.
That play was well covered, just tried to check it down. Unfortunately, we're not able to find any yardage on that one.
So negative yardage, a loss of 3 on second down, and that leads to a tough third down call.
56 is the mic. 56 is the mic.
Throwing is Cousins. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now, they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out.
Switch gears, switch gears.
Hey, Alpha.
56 the mic, boys. 56. Check 56.
A first down throw for Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Hey, echo.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
56 the
Hey,
mic.
flipper.
56 is the mic. Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense.
Looking to throw again on second down. Cousins, and complete, right side to Cook. 2 yards, good enough for a first. Cousins going to come up on a 1st and 10, and he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. To the air again, it's Cousins. And that incompletion breaks a string of 5 straight connections. And it's 2nd down. Pretty solid coverage there by the All-Pro Richard Sherman, able to get a hand in. 2nd and 10 now from the 27.
Drop deep, 49, check 49, check 49.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
56.
Hey, zoom.
Check 56.
Hey, receiver.
Hey, man up, D. Man up, D. Watch out, watch out.
They'll throw again. Cousins. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10.
Check 31, check 31. Switch.
Zebra. Hey, seam 6. First.
Again, it's Cousins. And he's able to find Diggs. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 15-yard line. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Shift.
Gun.
From the red zone now, Cousins. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the